So Rush Limbaugh is going to react to the stunning announcement that scientists from NASA have actually detected what appears to be signs of flowing water on Mars. Now, it's kind of a big deal. You know, this is the first time we've documented flowing water on another planet. But, of course, this being Rush Limbaugh, he's not exactly impressed.
There's so much fraud. You know, there's Snurdly came in today. What's this NASA news? Is NASA news all exciting? He said, yeah, they found flowing water up there. No kidding! Wow! Wow, Snurdly said. Flowing water on Mars. I said, why does that excite you? What, do you go in there next week? What's the big deal about flowing water on Mars? I don't know, ma'am. It just, wow. I said, you know what? When they start selling iPhones on Mars, that's when it'll matter to me. I said, what do you think they're going to do with this news? I said, look at the temperature data that has been reported by NASA, has been made up. It's fraudulent for however many years. There isn't any warming. There hasn't been for 18 and a half years. And yet they're lying about it. They're just making up the amount of ice at the North and South Poles. They're making up the temperatures. They're lying and making up false charts and so forth. So what's to stop them from making up something that happened on Mars that will help advance their left-wing agenda on this planet? And Snurdly paused. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know, when I play golf with excellent golfers, I ask them, does it ever get boring playing well? Does it ever get boring hitting shot after shot where you want to hit it? And they all look at me and smile and they say, never. Well, folks, it never gets boring being right either, like I am. But it doesn't mean it is any less frustrating. Being right and being alone is a challenging existence.
This guy. Okay, so first he's obviously less than excited about the idea of water on Mars. It might not even exist. What's to stop them from making the whole thing up, right? But then he goes off on climate change and then starts talking about golf. What the fuck, dude? This guy doesn't make any sense. He's like going off in two different random directions. Alright. Now, finally, I love this. Oh, being right is so hard. Being me is so hard. It's such a lonely existence. It's so hard. Dude, come off it, dude. When the fuck is Rush Limbaugh ever right about anything? Oh, I'm just so alone in being right all the time. It's such a challenge. It's so hard being Rush. It's so hard being me. Alright, whatever. Now, that's not even the most ridiculous part of this. Because now Rush Limbaugh, dude, he's gonna go Mars truther.
Okay, so there's flowing water on Mars. Yip, 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 yahoo. And hey, you know me. I'm Science 101, big-time guy, tech advanced. You know it. I'm all in. But NASA has been corrupted by the current regime. I want to find out what they're going to tell us. Okay, flowing water on Mars. If we're even to believe that, what are they going to tell us that means? That's what I'm going to wait for. Because I guarantee you, let's just wait and see. This is September 28th. Let's just wait and see. Don't know how long it's going to take. But this news that there is flowing water on Mars is somehow going to find its way into a technique to advance the leftist agenda. I don't know what it is. I would assume it would be something to do with global warming, and maybe there was once an advanced civilization. If they say they found flowing water, next they're going to find a graveyard.
What? What? Okay, so somehow NASA finding an amazing discovery on Mars. That's somehow part of the leftist agenda. Oh. Who listens to the guy, obviously, other than Snurdly, and is like, yeah, Martian water is a leftist conspiracy to push global warming. Yeah. You got it, Rush. Nailed it. Oh my god. Who does that? Who does that? Oh. On that. Okay, on this. Here's the thought. Maybe you could not make every single thing into a political issue. Yes, I know who I'm talking about, right? I know what I'm asking. Rush Limbaugh. To not turn every single thing into a fucking left versus right issue. But what's next, you know? Like, he does this with Mars. Next, he's going to do it with Coke or Pepsi. You know, next thing he's going to say is that Coke's communist because they're red. The can is red. It's ridiculous. Look, finding water on Mars, you know what that means? Well, It means that there is a possibility, for the first time, that we know that there is a possibility that there could be life on another world. Now, obviously, it would have to be simple life, right? Microbial. There are even things called extremophiles, of course, that might be able to live there, even with all the cosmic radiation and the harsh environment. That's why they call them extremophiles, because they can live in extreme places. Yeah, but look, we don't know that that's the case. We don't know that there's actually life there, but now the prospects have just gotten a little bit better. And we actually have some confirmation of something that's really profound when it comes to the scientific community. And that, once again, is the possibility that we might not be alone in the universe. And that's what's exciting. That's exciting. Now, apparently, if you're Rush Limbaugh, that's totally not exciting. Unless they start selling iPhones, right? But Rush, finding where that liquid water might be flowing from, well, that's kind of a big discovery. And that might actually help humanity colonize Mars one day. And then maybe someday people will be selling iPhones there. So maybe you should fucking care. Maybe you should care. Look, when it comes to the complete dismissal of science and scientific curiosity from this guy, it's disheartening, right? Yeah, no. This guy. No, what are you talking about? I'm Tech 101. Yeah, I love tech, right? Yeah, I'm all in. No, you're not. Because you just succeeded in trying to turn this into a leftist conspiracy to try to sell global warming. You've got to be shitting me. The depths of this guy's will go to. But it's not just because he's scientifically illiterate, right? Which is obvious. But he also wants his listeners to be as ignorant as he is on this issue and on many other issues. And that, my friends, is what I have a huge problem with.